Elevator is going down. Front door is closing.
Good morning, bosses. It's hot. It's 37 degrees. Last time I checked, last week was worse, but it's still time to wear linen shirts. Today I'm going to check some other properties. Actually, I think we're going to check one property that may be worthwhile to buy, renovate, and then sell it. So with this one today, I'm going to stop looking for a while and I'm going to start having meetings with general contractors to see how much is the proper cost. In the meanwhile, I want to address this comment that someone made in my Instagram. So basically, the comment's in Portuguese, so I'm going to translate it. It says, the guy is saying, I made a post about building houses in Miami, Central Florida, and I said the return is 23% in 1 year. And the guy said, haha, 22% is what I make in my stock portfolio in Brazil. For all that work, it doesn't worthwhile. So, a couple of things. Number one, you can't really compare the return of two different kind of assets without having also compared the risk. So stock market's much more volatile than construction market and real estate market, especially in this case where we build properties for our investors, with a fixed price contract. So there's no price changes during the construction, basically, with some exceptions. But in general terms, there's no change in the contract. The main risk is probably time, construction time. And in any case, if you go over time and you don't sell the property, you can still make money by renting it. Because by renting it, you're going to make around 8 to 9% on top of the valuation of the property. So that's number one. And stock market, number one, you don't really make 23% unless you sell those stocks and cash in. Otherwise, it's just fugazi. So you don't really have that appreciation if you don't have a sale. I don't know, this is a bus, and I don't know if the rules are the same as in the US. A guy just passed by, but I didn't. So anyway, in stock market, you cannot say that I made 23% unless you sold those stocks and cashed in. And if you do that, you're going to pay income taxes. So your 23 is not actually 23, it's 23 minus the income taxes that you did. Number two, the risk in the stock market is much higher than in the real estate market. So if you're comparing two different kind of assets with the same results, but one is less risky than the other one, which one are you going to pick? The one that gives you 23% with a lot of risk, or the one that gives you 23% with less risk? Of course, that you're going to pick the one with less risk. So you cannot really compare both. And number three, in the case of the market goes down, you need to hold on to your stock. And depending on the kind of stock that you have, depending on the company, you're not really making a lot of money with dividends, because most of the companies don't pay a lot of dividends, and if they do, usually their stock prices are steady. So this was a dumb comment made by someone that doesn't know much about investment. Probably he started investing right now. And the third thing on that is that he's comparing the return of a stock market in a more risky country such as Brazil with a weak currency such as real against the return of 23% in 1 year on real estate in a stable market, the biggest economy in the world, and with a benchmark currency. It's not that the dollar is volatile, it's all the other ones are, because dollar is the benchmark. So I mean, this was a stupid comment made by someone that doesn't know much about investment, but I think I should address it to you. So now back to the point.
211 transactions between January and March on villas 30 million AD and above. Here you have 468, and it's not decreasing, it's increasing. So we are talking about that those how to say, priced villas are requested.
Here, like, the owner can build whatever they want.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why it's good.
That's why it's good.
It's unique. It's not like the other ones, which
No.
are cookie cutters, like two.
Yeah.
So here, what happened? They buy the plot,
Yeah.
and they build whatever they want.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why in this area you will find the rich people being attracted. Why would they like to live in a closed town where everything is the
This
same?
one is super nice.
Yeah. The bare building of something like this before you kind of choose materials. So here they use stone and glass combined.
These are all new.
Yeah. And here's stone, black combined, not bad.
Look at the size of this one. This one is gigantic.
Yeah, and you have a few of them, and they are enormous. And some of them are owned by companies, some of them are owned by private. This is also quite good.
Yeah, this one is very imponent.
Yes.
Yeah, this is an area that is nice because you have all different kind of facades. So basically you can buy a lot and do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And even if you don't want to build, you just want a house.
Yeah.
It's much better to have a unique house.
Yeah.
If you're paying this price than having a house that look like just everything else. Looks very much like Bay Harbor here.
Yeah.
The construction.
So that's why I'm saying the villa we're going now is to strip it down to the core and redo it.
Look at the size of this one. Yeah, on this side we have the big ones.
Yes.
Wow. Wow.
Mansion.
This is a freaking mansion.
Yes.
Yeah, they even put the name mansion. FL mansion.
Yeah.
Wow. Base for a floating stair,
Yeah.
because this
Yeah.
can go all the way to that wall, and they pour concrete.
Yeah.
This house that I just saw was the perfect example of someone that thinks that they can do whatever they want and the market would just allow anything. They hire a terrible designer who designed a terrible floor plan. Small doors, walls where you didn't supposed to have walls, terrible material, terrible execution. So this person bought this property and started building it, and she saw that the thing was so bad that it was better for her to sell it. But now she wants to sell this for 27 million, and a house that is properly built in that area you can get for 30. So there's no way that with 6 million dirhams you're going to fix that property. Probably you're going to have to spend from 5 to 10, so that would bring her property for less than 20, like basically lot price, because there's nothing that you can use there. I could say the structure you can use, but it's still some walls you need to take off, so you're going to have to put like beams, reinforcement beams. So that was a terrible project. She's gonna lose a lot of money. Nobody's going to buy it for the price that she wants. She just need to either finish and live on it, or just take the losses and move forward, because that was a terrible project with an even worse execution. So yeah, when you're building somewhere else, in the world, you need to pay attention to what the specialists, the experts on that market have to say to you, because what works in your country may not work in the other one, so keep that in mind.